Yeah, we live.
See us? Yeah, that's all good. That's all good. Let you get that first. Shalom, shalom. We are the brothers of GMS, Colorado, or Salakia, Sons of Yasharala, Colorado, Colorado Springs. Out here at camp, just about to give another testimony this week. With that being said, first and foremost, we'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Makah, Wadash. All right, we want to give double honors unto the others of GMS, who are the true leaders of Israel, whether you can accept that or not. All right, we'd also like to give a sincere shalom to all the Akim out there who are pushing this word with truth and sincerity around the four quarters and four winds of the earth, as well as the Aqua who are listening and learning in subjection and silence. All right, to you, as well as the brothers who the prophecy of the speckled bird applies to you, we say shalom.
Shalom.
All right, we got a whole lot going on, as always, here in Babylon. It's May 5th. Quote unquote bullshit Cinco de Mayo. Right. So
right. So-called Independence Day.
Northern Kingdom is out here falsifying that bullshit today. Drinking Modelo's and Coronas and tequila all over the place.
Quick precept, huh? Yeah, Elder.
I know you grew up going to the Bay Area this time of year, Cinco de Mayo.
You turn
Every Issachar white car got a Mexico flag, man.
They turned up today. I just see my brother-in-law, my sister's husband out in the Bay Area. They all the way turned up today. It's her birthday as well, so yeah, they cut up.
But as the scriptures say, the Most High, you despise your feast days.
That's the spirit. What you think about to bring up?
Lucky, I thought you guys something totally different.
Nah. So that's the spirit. Quick precept. This is the book of Amos, chapter 5 and 21. It says, I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. So this in true context was going into the solemn assemblies where they thought that they was worshiping Yahweh, but then they had all these pretty much puppet false idols that they was worshiping in covering of thinking that they was worshiping Yahweh, like the Northern Kingdom, right? You were supposed to go worship at Jerusalem, but then they will create these groves and create this and that and the third to make up their own type of feast days, thinking that they're worshiping the God of Israel, but you wasn't doing it the correct way. So we apply this obviously with any holiday, pagan holiday now. You see what I'm saying? Because Jake, you don't know its owner. The ox knows his master's crib, but you out here using anything as an excuse to drink away the fact that that you under a curse, man. Right. Really, you know what I mean?
Right. Because what are you independent from, really? Look at the state of Mexico right now, in the land of Issachar, man. What are you really independent of, man? You speak in your captor's language, because we always got to bring out that, Spanish is an Edomite language, man. You don't know who you really are. The tribe of Issachar, one of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. You see what I'm saying? So you're erring according to knowledge, man. That's not your real independence. Your real independence is actually coming, when Yahweh sends the missiles on this place, man, and Yahweh Shai returns to, gather up his elect, that's going to be your real independence, man. Right. The Exodus 2.0, man.
And it's really been monetized more or less for a money-making type of thing here in America, as all of these holidays are.
Judah with that wicked-ass Juneteenth, you got to cut them too.
Yeah.
1 month behind them,
Yep.
And Judah, what are you independent of? Look at how you doing in America, man.
Yeah.
Just look at it. Just look at Judah in America right now, man.
Right?
What are you free of?
If I could spiritually add, just like Elder Max said, it's all pretty much on finances, because I work with Issachar in Mexico, the Paisas as they like to call them, and all of that. They don't celebrate no Cinco de Mayo. It's the Chicanos, the Mexican Americans in here, so it lets you know just like black culture is not really a culture, it was a culture given to you by Esau. What's the name? Esau gave you Latin tribes a little fake culture to go with too. Cinco de Mayo, like as if you some type, when the true one was it the Alamo and shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Cinco de Mayo supposedly going to some type of independent, but like you said, what are you independent from?
Right.
And then Jake Judah now with the Juneteenth,
Right.
on how in Texas they didn't find out till 2 years later on June 19th that they was emancipated. So look at, as we know the truth, right? Imagine that everybody else for 2 years have been working to get the slavery from the South into the northern corporate slavery,
Right.
and you over here still in the past, and they celebrating. We supposed to be slaves to to the northern industries now. We in Texas, we ain't know it for 2 years.
Right. And not to mention, if you Google the last Judite chattel slave, if you will, I believe wasn't free until what, 1930 or 40?
40, yeah, exactly.
So
Yep. Yeah,
what are they really free of? If niggas was still working another, what, like 60 years or
Con,
something?
I read a
50
book.
years?
What's her name? It's like Natalie Z. Forston. I forgot, but she wrote this book, Barracoon. And the last documented slave ship to come to America was in 1913 or some shit like that. It came from fucking not the Gambia, some shit. I don't know if it was Sierra Leone, Senegal, some shit, man, on the western coast of Africa. And they stopped in I think it was Alabama, because you have a place called Africa Town down there on the south. So the ship was in Mobile, Alabama, right in the Gulf of Mexico and shit like that. And so just like you said, slavery is not. It was in the last century, man.
Right.
You know, it's just literally 100 years ago. Even though they told you that there wasn't slaves down south in all them rural spots, you feel me? If they wasn't doing sharecropping, chattel slavery was still going on, man.
Right.
You know.
Because like you just mentioned, you know, my grandfather was born in the early 1920s, and he was born into slavery for the first, like, I think 6 years of his life. And historically, if you was to only listen to the stories of Edom, or what got pushed out into the media,
right.
my grandfather was free. Basically, was supposed to not ever have been a slave. He was like almost 100 years removed from the, you know, emancipation, so to speak, but was still born into slavery down in Louisiana. So, yeah, don't let, you know, that's some nonsense. Like the brother said, the last slave ship came to America in the 1900s, and most definitely slavery was still being practiced until it was later, after it was abolished, so to speak.
With the sharecropping, like you just mentioned, in Louisiana and the South, what happened during the so-called emancipation, the so-called Juneteenth? Jake got freed, but they stayed on the same plantation to work for the same master. You see what I'm saying? And they just became sharecroppers instead of slaves. So like the brother Taz was saying, you just essentially you traded masters, man.
Right.
You know, you got signed over, man. You know what I mean?
You know that
You were a debt to another Edomite being paid off, so to speak, man.
it's part of the reason too, man, why you gotta, you know, they always say it's important to have a deep understanding of biblical history and the racial aspect of the scripture, because you just had, like we was just speaking about before camp, man, you had Zelensky say that the Ukrainians are God's people. You know, so people go through some strife now, and they get to turn around and say that they're Yahweh's people. Come on, man.
Well, you know, they're trying to fit the scriptures, you know?
Right.
It's that controversy of Israel, man.
Yep.
Quick precept, if I may.
No, go ahead, bro.
Based on talking about Issachar, because you know that so-called Cinco de Mayo, May 5th and all that. This is Hosea chapter 4 and 17. It reads, Ephraim is joined to idols. Let him alone. In the NLT, it says, leave Israel alone because she is married to idolatry. And when you click the little footnote, it says Hebrew Ephraim, referring to the northern kingdom of Israel. So this is how you know the apostles gave us the correct 12 tribe signs. So all you Negro only and this and that and the third, because when you look at the Latin tribes in a whole, they're connected to idols, man. There's only a small remnant of you Latin tribes and of you Native American tribes that understand this truth, man.
Well, look, who holds on to the Catholic Universal Church the hardest, man?
Mm-hmm.
It's all the Northern Kingdom, man. Which makes up the most believers, man. And when the Pope comes, they go the hardest, man.
I never seen so many Caesar Borgia tattoos until I seen the bodies, the skin of Issachar and Ephraim and so on and so. These niggas
Right.
love a white Jesus tatted on their forearm, on their back,
Or the
on
Virgin
their
Mary.
right pack. Yeah, the little, which comes to find out when you do like zoom it out and it's basically the vulva. It's the Mary with
I've
the
seen that
thing.
before,
Yeah,
yeah.
her head is the clitoris.
Yeah, it looks like
And the veil around her headdress would be the lips, of the vulva, man, which is showing you it's all women worship. It's all women worship, man. All right. But eventually, I wanted to bring up or to confirm when I just brought up about that Judah and.
I'm just going to land back on you and say, even they cartel members, man, they go right into the Catholic Church and sit in there and confess to the priest and shit, and the priest is in there fearing for his life, and they sacrifice him to all them little the Grim Reaper idols and shit, man. So that's rampant amongst the Northern Kingdom, man. You got voodoo amongst Levi, even Benjamin, for real. All the West Indian brothers.
Nah, this the spirit. Wait, look what you just said. Benjamin and Levi. Can I read something real quick? All right. So this is Zora Neale Hurston, Barracoon. I read this book when I was in the prison house and all of that, and it was deep. It tells the story of the slave trade's last survivor. All right. It says, sitting on the porch in 1928 under the Alabama sun, snacking on peaches, Cujo Lewis, born Aluale Kosola, recounted to his guests his life story, how he came from a place in West Africa, then traversed the Middle Passage in cruel and inhumane conditions on the famed Clotilda ship, and saw the founding of the freedmen community of Africatown after 5 years of enslavement. So just like how you said for like 6 years that your grandfather, this is pretty much just the same story. You see what I'm saying? After 2 months of listening to Kasola's tales, his interlocutor asked to take a picture. So let me get to the point. It says, known mostly as a novelist, Hurston also had a career as an anthropologist. She studied under the well-known Franz Boas, who helped establish Columbia University's anthropology department in the 1890s. And she conducted field work on voodoo in Haiti and Jamaica and folk tales in the American South. So it proves to you, not only the Northern Kingdom, but Southern Kingdom was going off too, man.
Full of idols. And really, Esau was pounding Cesare Borgia into him every Sunday, man.
Right. The butt breaking to whippings to the taking away of your language. It's just like the scene that famously in Roots when he's he's whooping Kunta.
Yeah.
And
Your name is Toby, nigga.
Yeah, like, what's your name?
Kunta.
That nigga.
It's funny now, but it was a heavy scene.
It's heavy, yeah.
Whipping the spirit right out of you.
Yep, that's right.
Nah, nigga, your name is Toby, nigga.
One more paragraph, Salakia. It says, by the time Kasola was brought to the U.S., the slave trade, though not slavery. So notice, it says the slave trade, though not slavery, had been outlawed in the country for some 50 years. So they're showing you, and this is the SmithsonianMag.com. Everybody knows about the Smithsonian museums. This is a credible source. So they're telling you, which is owned by Edomites, all Edomites own the Smithsonian museums, that they stole artifacts from Jake and other nations and all that. They're telling you that only the slave trade was illegal, not slavery in itself, because of the 13th and the 14th Amendment. You see what I'm saying? It says, had been outlawed in the country for some 50 years. In 1860, Alabama slaveholder Timothy Maher chartered the Clotilda, betting correctly that they wouldn't be caught or tried for breaking the law. The ship's captain, William Foster, brought 110 West Africans to Mobile, Alabama, where he and Maher sold some and personally enslaved the rest. To hide evidence of the trafficking, Foster burned the Clotilda, the remains of which have yet to be found. But notice, I was in Alabama, and on the Alabama news in the prison, how they found the remains in the Gulf of Mexico in the port of Mobile, Alabama. And proof, remember the scriptures say, and I'll probably get it later, that truth shall spring up out of the earth, man. So this Edomite thought that he not going to get tried. You see, so notice his descendants probably owning, who knows, all type of golf fucking courses or some shit,
Right.
Yachts and shit in Mobile, Alabama,
Probably on the
knowing ports and shit, and it's going back to the slave money, and they thought that they can get away with it, but everything is going to be accounted to you in that day, man. Everything that you have done unto the third and fourth generation.
That expands. I just wanted to make it known that goes for all the drowned towns in the South, all them towns that they burnt to the ground and built on top of. All the same. It all runs
all
the
your
same.
Native American battlegrounds,
Right.
Your lynching sites,
Mhm.
wherever he was doing mass rapes, all that good jazz,
all
man.
the same, man.
And just to land back your point, Tasapania, on the 13th and 14th Amendment, and going back to how it's kept slavery somewhat legal, this is one of the parts of the reason why in the Jim Crow South, Jay could be arrested for not having a job in the Reconstruction era, man. You see what I'm saying? You could be arrested for loitering, and a lot of Jakes were arrested for the simplest shit, man. You know what I mean? Not even like just being
For just standing on the
a jaywalk. You know what I'm saying? Low level offense, man.
Time.
Not having a job, and you're a Jake in the South, man. Where you supposed to get a job at, man?
Quick pre, just to land back. This is Baruch 3:8. It says, "Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us, for a reproach and a curse." And that's a reproach, man. That you would get locked up for nothing, man.
Right, and just to land back the point, Jake, both Northern and Southern Kingdom think that they were freed on Cinco de Mayo or Juneteenth, man. Yet we're still here in America, man.
Right.
This day, like the scripture just said, man.
It says, and to be subject to payments,
Right.
according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our God. So it shows you, man. Especially since we talking about Issachar, the Latin tribes. You know how much money they got to do for not being citizens and shit when they getting paid, and how much money to the IRS they got to pay, thousands of dollars, so that they don't get deported back because they don't have their green card and shit like that.
Yeah, so they're getting extorted.
Yeah, you want to stay here, make money, and build up and get the slave wages and shit. Well, you're gonna have to pay 2 to 3 times as much taxes and this and that and the third or whatever the fuck in order for us to get off your back. You know what I mean?
So you Edomites think you got an hard economy right now. Imagine being, Issachar and the rest of the Northern Kingdom, working for twice as hard for a third of the money, man.
I was just gonna say, I feel like that's why.
That's brutal, man.
Currently, with the current state, especially on the coast, on the eastern and western coast, and even the Gulf Coast, they turn in the Northern Kingdom into the face of terror, man. They catching their time in the sun. Well, really, eventually all of Israel is going to become that new face of what the problem is. He and his counterparts and his partners and his business associates, they're all super aware of what the issues are. I mean, at least those that are in the know, or the elites, so to speak, they're completely aware of what's going on in Babylon, but they got to blame this decline on somebody, and it seems currently that the influx of these Northern Kingdom brothers from the South America,
Central America,
and Mexico, and places of these Spanish-speaking cultures, so to speak, all of a sudden they become the new face of the problem. They out here punching holes out in New York City, San Francisco, LA. So when this thing goes full tilt, you gonna catch it too, man.
I got a quick precept to land back on that.
I'm just gonna land back and say, well, it's nothing new under the sun, and Jake as a whole, we're always the most useful scapegoat whenever you need to blame some shit on somebody.
Right,
because we're that problem, that byword, we're under the curses.
They may not ever come out and just outright say like, it's these niggas and spics, is why America sucks. But they're gonna allude to it.
Dinner table,
is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because they can't be the problem. They got to be the solution, even though
know they causing the problem. Like
Yeah.
the white blood cells in the
Yeah.
body. It's
Yeah.
got to be a white blood cell that's
Con.
doing all the healing and shit.
If to break it down into a little simpler measure, oh, you Northern Kingdom spiggers, you fucking up our economy, you taking this, you fucking up the voting system, and then you Southern Kingdom niggas, I just fucking hate seeing you twerking on fucking, and everywhere I go and see you congregated, you know what I mean?
Monkeys,
You know what I mean?
so the Southern Kingdom skin is enough for
for real.
Now your perm, bitch.
Yeah, you know.
You can palpably feel when you go in certain places,
Yeah.
like a restaurant,
Yeah.
the store,
Yeah.
the mall. Certain Edomites, like they get this like weird vibe on them. Man.
Yeah.
Like
Here come a nigga.
I just wanted to have a Saturday afternoon
Exactly.
out with the family.
Let's say they want to take their family to the beach, and 10 feet away from them is 5 college Keishas with sexy red on, talk about fuck my baby dad, drinking Hennessy and Hypnotic.
Drinking. Like that, you know what I'm saying? But
Quick preset.
It's gonna be a nuisance today.
This is Ezekiel. Get it sexy. Yeah, facts. You know what the fuck?
Hell no.
This is Ezekiel 35:5.
We going home. Come on.
This is Ezekiel 35:5, and it reads, "Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end." So look, our wickedness is coming to an end for the elect, pretty much, because they're the only ones that is repenting. 2/3 in Babylon the Great, their iniquity isn't stopping. If anything, is adding. Right. But calamity is going to be increasing, and then he's going to come with the sword. So it shows you the enemy going to come in like a flood. What did Egypt say? And I'm gonna bring it up since I'm matter of fact, real quick. Let me bring it up in Exodus, because I love it that it's pretty much the same exact. We're going through an Exodus 2.0. This is Exodus 1:7. It says, "And the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly." I went to the Aurora Mall, bro. Northern Kingdom out here, little Maria with kids in the baby stroller, looking like 18 if, you know what I'm saying? Just all over. And it's funny because I ain't seen no Edomites. It was all Southern Kingdom and the Northern Kingdom in the Aurora Mall, son. But meaning, the point that I'm making, we really increasing abundantly. You see what I'm saying? Whether it be from, immigration or having children, because Jeshurun has waxed fat. Even, Keisha has an incentive now, even though they do be taking Plan Bs and getting abortions, they still popping kids out because they know Esau gonna take care of them with the vintage, the gatherings, the food stamps, the this, to that. So they like, fuck it. I killed about 5 babies, but I'll keep these 2, 3.
Check.
Yeah. Right?
I know little
Am I fucking?
That's mad wild. He's not wrong, bro. His little girls. See, because and this is gonna sound fucked up, but this is the truth about Babylon. When these little Jake women grow up, bro, the ones that do bad children at a young age, they see it as a way out. Mm-hmm. They don't have, so to speak, I guess, like the mental capacity or the maturity to be like, do I really have, do I have the ability to be a good mother? Do I have the means to be a good mother? They don't give a fuck, really. Yep. They'll let you bust it raw, and make that decision just like, I don't really even care if this nigga is around long term or not.
Shorty might not even have a job.
Right.
But you just trying to bust because you met her at the club or something.
And she gonna be down because she like, well, fuck it. If I wind up carrying seed, then, either this nigga gonna take care of me or Uncle Sam gonna take care of me. I'm good either way. I'm about to get a check.
That's buy Keisha some drinks. You gonna think you're gonna buy some pampers?
Man, and I can tell. Man, I know some Edomite.
That's why you gotta stop simping.
I know some Edomite women that ain't no different. I know one right now. She had 5 kids with Jake, thinking in her mind like he ain't gonna leave me because we got 5 kids. Yeah, that nigga was out there trying to fuck her cousins. Oh, man. You know what I'm saying? So they be, at a young age thinking on some dumb shit like, oh, I let this nigga ride me out raw and
we'll be together forever. And if he don't, then I'm gonna make Uncle Sam the daddy.
Right.
They're gonna pay me one way or the other.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So Jake is destroyed. It's really this whole system. It ain't just Jake.
Yeah.
Because the way it's set up now is affecting these Edomites too, man. There's a whole lot of so-called white people that's dealing with the same issues that Jake been dealing with for 60, 70, 80 some years.
Well, look at
and now it's a big deal.
Well, the scriptures.
Now it's a big deal. Keep your kids.
The scriptures call
No
Babylon.
abortions.
The scriptures call Babylon the hammer of the whole earth. So if Babylon going to hammer everybody else, you don't think they're going to hammer their own people right here,
right
at home base?
See, that's the problem with this average six-pack Edomite, though, is they be like, you know, they good with the submission because they on top of submission.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you know, how would you say it? We all in a bad situation, but they the closest to getting out of the bucket, so they ain't tripping, so to speak.
Right. I think there was a quote from J. Edgar Hoover I heard on YouTube yesterday, and it was talking about how if you could convince the poorest, lowest Edomite that he's above the best black man today, you know, you could basically rob him blind.
Exactly.
They were laughing about this.
Exactly my point. Exactly.
As long as they have like you niggas and spickers and tree niggas
It's
to
below
laugh
us.
at and be a proverb and byword,
Right.
they'll gladly be robbed.
As
They'll
long-
gladly be a six-pack a day Edomite living in a fucking trailer as
Right.
long as they can, you know,
As long as you
call
living-
you a nigger or you know
Right.
whatever else,
as
man.
long as you living in a studio apartment, stuck paying $2,000 for that shit, and they
doing
can
the
be
same-
they doing the same shit. But
They your neighbor.
but they got more than you, so they good. That's the essential point. He is good with that. Don't even realize when he do though, whose fault is it gonna be? Is he gonna blame his brethren for getting robbed, or is he gonna be like, man, I'm down here with the niggas and spicks.
Right.
I'm gonna take it out on. That's the nature of Esau, man.
Right. If I could add a little bit, take off a little bit meat off this bone of Exodus 1. I'll read in the NLT, but I'll start at verse 7 again, chapter 1, verse 7. It says, but their descendants, the Israelites, had many children and grandchildren. In fact, they multiplied so greatly that they became extremely powerful and filled the land. And remember, they say even for the Southern Kingdom, right, that the so-called black community has a yearly buying power of $1 trillion. You know, because Jake don't buy in their own shit. So meaning, you know, if they were to boycott all the Gucci and the Ferrari and the Benz and the so on and so forth, that, you know, they would take away $1 trillion from the economy if they were to stick together. So kind of going back to that extremely powerful shit.
Well, just to land back you in the first Undercover Brother, if you look at the man in this corporation, it was just designed to look at the black community and see what they can exploit, whether it be the hair products or the chicken and all that shit. Man.
Well, that's just like they cloned Tyrone. I don't know if you've seen that. That's
Same
same
shit.
Same
Same
shit.
thing, but I like to give them credit.
That, yeah,
They just ripped
did
that
it
shit
first.
off.
Yeah, exactly.
They did it first.
This
But
is
yeah, Clone Tyrone is the same.
This is verse 8. It says, eventually a new king came to power in Egypt who knew nothing about Joseph or what he had done. He said to his people, look, the people of Israel now outnumber us and are stronger than we are. Showing
These
you.
people right here,
Mhm.
you know, so they can get a picture. You know what I'm saying? You see Issachar breeding like jackrabbits and all that shit. It's not hard to believe, man.
And then look, that kind of goes into, what is that, Genesis 25, because the modern day Egyptian is the American, and the majority of American are Esau, Edom. Genesis 25 says that the two nations shall come out of their womb, and one shall be stronger than the other. You see what I'm saying? So using spiritual Egypt, which is Babylon now, they know that we're stronger than them in all capacities. It doesn't matter, scholarly, intellectually, spiritually, physically, emotionally, so on and so forth, man.
Yeah, because somebody out of one of these tribes got to beat somebody. You know.
It says, verse 10, we must make a plan to keep them from growing even more. You know what that reminds me of? King Alfred's plan. Notice, it literally is a plan that was created back then to stop the rise of a so-called black messiah. And when FEMA camps and shit like that come in, they complete martial law. You know what I mean? Rex 84 type shit. It says, watch this. This is the NLT. If we don't, and if war breaks out, they will join our enemies and fight against us. Then they will escape from the country. So notice, if we use this in a modern day time, they know war is going to break out in Egypt, just like back then. The number one uh, organization that is a terrorist group, so to speak, to them is the Proud Boys. I think IURC is number 4, Nation of Islam is number 2, or whatever. The leader of the Proud Boys, I think, was an Issacharite, if I'm not or whatever. Northern King, yeah, Cuban, yeah, Thawada. Tribe, yeah, Manasseh. So what that's saying is that, like, if remember the Proud Boys is Pete, yeah, Khan, is the ones that basically is ready for when the Civil War break out. They're going to be coming at the government, sedition, not regarding the Prince of Rulers. So the ones at the bottom is going to join in with the ones that is talking that oppressive shit. Look at how, the government is doing you. So a lot of Jake, they're going to be like, fuck it, we going to ride with these niggas. Fuck the government. So they're going to ride with their enemies, which would be the small coup, that is happening in America.
I'm just going to land back to you and say that fear came alive for them because Esau's the modern day Pharaoh in the Revolutionary War. So you had the Brits seeing, like, we're going to play the Negro slave on his American master, right? And be like, hey, you could fucking be free if you fight for us.
Yep.
And they were tricky and fucking fighting.
Which took the American forces like 3 years to realize that they should offer the same deal.
Yeah.
But they had already, the British was 3 years ahead of them or so during the Revolution.
But this place was, set up to become a thing, so they was going to win anyway.
Wow.
Well, that was the point, Thawada. That was the point.
Count.
You know what I mean? So yeah, heavy shit is coming. You know what I mean? And you can really look at this. Remember, the scriptures say that the things written aforetime was for our learning. So we look at how so just like how Esau looks at the Bible, he goes into prophecy, he goes into the so-called Negro and Latino community and see, he makes a diligent search, as the scriptures say. He searcheth out iniquities. Because when you read the book of Judith, the heathen nations, to roughly paraphrase, they was like, listen, there's nothing you can do if these men are not sinning and they're keeping the commandments of their Lord. But if they are sinning, then the Lord is not going to be with them and you can plunder them. You see what I'm saying? So they purposely try to make us sin. You see what I'm saying? So that they know that the Lord ain't going to be on our side. But now, this is why I said the elect can't be deceived. You feel me? So those that are really this is why they're afraid. Ezekiel 37 talks about us, standing upon our feet. The breath of life was in them and became a great army, man. So spiritually speaking, we some warriors. And there's no fight that they can do because those that are with us is greater than those that are with them.
That's right. Because you have to be righteous in order to get that breath of life. Because, the wages of sin is death. So if you give breathe life, in turn is righteousness.
Yeah, that wisdom, knowledge, understanding.
Man. Would you grab Galatians 4:16? Just kind of circling back to how he was mentioning, man, but there's no bigger scoffer against this truth than sometimes Jake.
Yeah.
All right, because they don't have the understanding, the racial perspective of the scripture. They don't even apply it to themselves. All right, so we sitting up here, and like you kind of mentioned, you don't never really see, I don't never see nobody come harder against this truth than really the Northern Kingdom, specifically Issachar and the Manassites and Ephraim, man. Like you was mentioning, tattoos and all that, they come up against this truth. They be the ones that will come out here and be ready to fight you over Chesed, and you tell them, how many times we was in Denver when them little Issacharites come by, see and the one that get them going, we don't have it currently, but the one the Chesed, yeah, man, that Chesed with the devil horns saying that Jesus Christos is Negro, and they lose their mind, bro. They be ready, they be stomping their feet, ready to fight, doing all this extra crazy shit.
Yeah, but the devil horns, that was crazy.
So that was
the devil horns.
Pretty sure that was it's the correct chick too.
Yeah, and they've done that a couple of times. Yeah, I've seen that a couple of times because yeah, but they know who they worship. Ye are of your father which is the devil. But the father of lies, and he's been a liar since the beginning, man.
Right.
You Edomites are literally the spiritual children of that old serpent, man. You see what I'm saying?
That Jezreel is a spiritual stronghold, man.
Yeah.
And it's a strong stumbling block, man, for a vast majority of the northern kingdom, even the southern kingdom, for real, man. Because a lot of you, Jake, if you're still in the Catholic Church, like I said to brothers, this pastor, and he was literally a non-binary pastor in like a fucking woman's blouse and a skirt, man. You see what I'm saying? So if you're willing to watch that shit, man, like you're spiritually, that's a stumbling block on you, man.
Listen, you see, TD Fakes swept all his shit under the rug. He acting like, you know, he wasn't in there doing weird shit.
That's what they do. They pretend like they never heard it, man.
They buried that shit way down deep. It's all kinds of stuff on top of
They do what the athletes used to do, you know what I mean? Oh, don't watch ESPN, man. Just block out the noise. That's what they call it, you know what I'm saying?
And it's crazy because the diddler, the diddler posted on Instagram. Yeah, the diddler. The diddler posted on Instagram inspirational speech by TD Snakes, man.
Wow.
So you know they all in cahoots, bro. You know what I mean? Trying to like,
Now you got
when the storm comes, you gotta rise above. No scriptures, you know, some TD Snake, you know, inspirational fake with a violin in the background.
You see how they got what's in the mainstream media for Jacob right now? All right, you got the no Diddy action thing going on.
You got this whole Kendrick Lamar versus Drake.
Just gonna say
not even like back in the world we used to be into that. You know, oh look what he. But now it's like.
But on the lowest lame, y'all some grown ass niggas. We grown now, so it looks lame when you grown.
Like
be real, like dude, bro,
like I'm not.
Grown, rich as fuck. Like this shit was funny when you was 16. Like I gotta ride with Kendrick.
Yo, you heard that? You heard that diss? You heard what he said? Yo, that nigga Violate. It's over for him, son.
That shit is dominating barbershops across the
right now, right.
You know,
niggas is probably getting into fights on some Drake? Like Soulja Boy, Drake?
You talking about and you said from the sense, you might got coworkers trying to bring the shit up to you too. Like, I don't care.
You know.
Right. Bro, I don't listen to that shit. But you like man. Like,
but you gotta be wise in the serpent just because you gotta know what's kind of going on in the world a little bit. You know what I mean? So niggas hit you with, yo, you heard? I'll be like, yo, Kendrick did crazy. That was crazy. When you ain't even listen to it. You know what I mean?
On the lowest,
because they gonna look at you like, oh, wait.
I'm not talking about you every day, nigga. I give my one.
You don't want to be the anomaly in the Matrix where the Smiths come like, wait, hold on, this nigga, does he see me right now?
Right. Get spotted out.
Yeah,
this nigga ain't paying attention. Take him out.
I still got that Galatians for you,
but on the lowest levels, man, it's some Willie Lynch shit. You know, you got light skin versus dark skin, Canada versus US niggas. This shit is dumb.
Yeah.
But when you, like you said, you look at it and you look at it through like a real, from a perspective of being in the know, like, man, this shit is dumb as fuck.
You said Canada versus US.
I'm like, this is what's dominating. This is what's dominating.
Because you got Cali niggas basically trying to come at him like as if Canada don't got hoods. Or Canada niggas is soft or some shit.
Yeah.
Like as if they ever been to Toronto, like with them niggas don't kill niggas. You see, like, you know, Jake, anywhere with Jake at, Jake gonna be on some, so, you know, cause what's his name? Whack 100 was like, yo, when Drake did the 100 music video, he ran, he got scared, real Compton, nigga, like.
Well, that makes me think they're wise to do evil, but to good. Good, they have no knowledge. No matter where you spread Jake out at, they want to be some fucking niggas, man.
It don't matter where Jake is.
Like you could be a nice ass, soft ass Canada and still want to try. Oh, we hard out here, man.
Can I get that for you? This is
we hard out here in Canada, Nova Scotia, man. Like, come on, man.
Toronto, nigga.
We cut it out,
I'm
man.
sure
like,
they got.
shit.
Yeah, I'm sure they got.
Toronto got hoods, bro.
Yeah, Toronto got hoods.
Yeah,
but it's not Syria. It's not fucking Somalia, nigga.
It's
not parts of Africa.
Yeah, no, it's true. But that's just like how it is in America. Niggas gas it up, but let her Baton Rouge, let her Atlanta, Baltimore, Philly, Oakland nigga go to Haiti, go to Africa, go to Somalia, Lebanon. Bro.
Yeah, like running around with machetes.
Yeah, so you think your hood goes so crazy?
Fucking raped by man. It's wild over there.
Remember, Babylon is the golden cup. You feel me? To sort of speak. You know, this place lived. Oh, in Revelation 18, she lived in luxury, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, you might be in the hood, but you in the hood, but you got the PS5 with the super pack on the NBA 2K 20
driving the
scat packs. You feel me?
They got the watch, or maybe they got the 6K
Yeah,
chain.
you know what I mean?
Come on,
You in the strip club every night.
Because let's be real.
Yeah.
Let's be real. You could go to Toronto, New York, LA, fucking the Bay, anywhere. You know what I mean? As long as you're not stepping in their shit, you're gonna be up. Motherfuckers,
that's right.
They're tourist spots.
That's right.
Toronto's a tourist spot.
Yep.
New York, LA's a
that's
tourist.
facts.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
You niggas trying to make tourist spots hard, man. Instead of being Israelites, man.
If you move the right way, you can go anywhere.
Nah, that's
Anywhere,
a fact,
man.
It's a fact. Especially if the Lord is with you. You know what I'm saying?
People say all the time, Chicago's a nice ass city. If you don't bother them niggas,
nah,
Chicago
bro,
is cool as long as you
my homie,
stay out of the way.
My homie back in New York, when he was in Brooklyn, he live in the Bronx now. But what's the name? He'll go to, let's say, a project building to check whoever he got. I don't know if it's a woman, man, whatever.
Yeah.
And little niggas will be trying to check niggas like, yo, where you from, son? And niggas be like, yo, you do this to a so-called black man. Let a white man coming through here, and y'all won't say shit. And he could go up to the top of the project building, and he won't, and won't do nothing. But y'all want to try to check me, and niggas be like, oh, you right, bro, you right. After that,
hey. I don't know if you ever seen Last OG with Tracy Morgan, but the same thing happened. It shows like the Bronx, the hood, in back in the day, and like now it's gentrified, and the Edomites walking, like two men holding hands, hugging, and two thug ass niggas ain't doing shit, bro.
Yep.
Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, like
these niggas can kiss each other, and you're not gonna do shit. Right. But if that was two niggas and it was 99, it'll be up.
It'll be up.
Y'all used to have to walk around in bulletproofs like 50, man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, you couldn't have in New York City. There couldn't be no open alphabet community shit in the project, in the hood. Niggas get beat the fuck up till they die. This is where the whole hate crime shit used to come about, man. Right. In the real hoods, you brought that alphabet community shit and niggas saw it. You see what I'm saying? Niggas was putting niggas to beating them to death, nigga.
The brakes off
you see what I'm saying?
They ain't want their kids to see that.
This is why.
That's why they had to make their own little fucking park.
Exactly. Of cities and communities.
They had to go to the mirror and shit.
Or even in I know in the DMV, the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, they had gay gangs, bro. Because they would get beat up and shit like that. So these would be regular hood niggas, but they was alphabet community, and they would just walk, and if you beat one of them up, they'll come. You would get bodied, jumped on by straight. Can't do nothing.
Wow. It's a comedian named Joey Diaz, and he grew up in like the 70s, 80s New York, and he talks about how they used to beat up the gays in the park for fun.
Yeah, for fun.
So I can see them ganging up, and they're like, "Nah, we not going."
Right, and this is where that whole homo thugs came about, man. You feel me? So niggas had to get down low. They do their shit on the low.
Right.
But then, but now because of America pushing it, come out, get out the cloud, do whatever. So now it's like, niggas is like, what? Yeah, I'm gonna do some nasty shit in front of your face, and you ain't gonna do nothing about it. What's up? We can fight right now. Right. And if your hands is not up, you might get beat up by a mighty gun, man.
It's one of the, wow. It was a boxer that beat this nigga to death in the ring because he said he outed him, called him gay. And the gay nigga beat
it up. Yeah, this shit really happens, huh?
And that's really a curse on mankind. You see what I'm saying? Because we not in our judgment seat for real. Because in the kingdom ain't no fucking little,
I got
Flower Patch Kid gonna fucking do that kind of shit, man.
I got that precept for you real quick, and then we could move on. Bro. This is Jeremiah 4:22. It says, "For my people is foolish; they have not known me. They are Sodom children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge."
Man. It's like you said, you got all the things we just spoke on, including the fact that today is Cinco de Mayo. You got, and I ain't gonna lie, Colorado ain't got hoods, but you go right over here across the street, and I know kids that live in them apartment buildings that'll tell you that's the Villa Barrio. And they'll tell you that from all the way down till you get to Fountain. That every one of these little spots is so that I know it's at least 30 families over there turning all the way up. Not completely ignorant to the fact that Cinco de Mayo ain't got nothing to do with Mexican revolutionary ideals or freedom at all.
Right. I'm gonna pull it up too, just for edification's sake.
Right.
You got from under the Spanish boot to get under the American Edomite boot and the IMF and the WEF boot.
And they do. I ain't gonna lie. Like, Jake, you don't see too many Jakes outside of the ones that maybe do like military service that'll, wrap themselves in the flag or get an eagle tattoo with the tethered feathers up the arm. But Ephraim will. I mean, I've seen a few,
there's a couple.
but outside of military cats, like Jake don't do that. You don't see Jake walking around with a big ass American flag on his chest.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But Ephraim will go and get that dual citizenship type.
The half and half
yeah,
flag
they'll
and
have
shit.
the
And
yeah.
Instacart do that shit a lot in the military too. The half American,
Right.
the half Mexican.
Well,
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I know a lot
well,
of y'all.
look,
niggas,
if y'all watch the
Look,
if y'all watch the Canelo fight, they sang the Mexican anthem first,
Right.
and then in Spanish, they didn't even sing it. The mariachi band played the American national anthem on the guitars and shit,
Right.
and it was going going crazy, showing you that love for Babylon. You
Right,
see what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah, man. They be thick with that juice, bro.
Yeah.
Did you have some more? On
Yeah,
that?
well,
that
so-
Kool-Aid, as the apostles used to say, man.
Right.
Con.
Everybody drunk on that Babylon Kool-Aid.
Con.
Hey, well, as long as and we know this.
Mhm.
I'm Northern Kingdom myself, so I'm not kicking my people where it hurts, man. We just being honest.
You crying aloud,
Right.
man, lifting
We
your
just
voice
being
like a
honest.
trumpet, man.
The Northern Kingdom be out here loving on E, man. And as long as you
Yeah.
as long as you are willing to play your role,
Mhm.
they get, because Ephraim, mostly Issachar, will go work his life away for Esau. And you can see it because they be,
Yeah.
with
Pride, though.
Yeah.
Pride.
Yeah.
Like,
They
They're
get a truck.
company men, as you would
Yeah.
call it.
Yeah.
You know what I
loyal as
mean?
fuck. They
Yeah.
get a truck,
Yup.
get a Heiner,
Yup.
and they got enough to buy some cervezas for the weekend.
Yep.
They'll
Yeah.
be good.
Yep.
Same thing, same joke we make about Jake, but Jake won't go, or the Southern Kingdom, I should say.
Right.
But the Southern Kingdom is way less likely to go bend it over for the man like that.
Right.
Yeah, now,
You don't
now,
really about that. Yeah, now,
yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they have a little bit more dealings with the devil, on a closer proximity. They see the Northern Kingdom, other than Gad and Reuben, because Gad and Reuben got a long history with Esau. You feel me?
Right.
But that kind of segues to the point, the precept that you had me
see
pull
what
up.
They be doing. They just drunk on the reservation,
Con.
doing shrooms.
Yeah.
having-
But them compared to the Latin tribes, Gad and Reuben do not trust and do not give a fuck about Esau.
Yeah.
They on the same level as pretty much Judah
Yeah.
as far as fuck Esau.
Yeah.
But as far as the Northern Kingdom goes. But this is Galatians 4:16. Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth?
Con.
So I got this Cinco de Mayo on the Wikipedia pulled up. It says it's observed by Mexicans, Mexican Americans, and people of non-Mexican heritage.
Yeah.
I'll read the
Just to land back in the Bay, like
Hold on, read it again.
niggas in the Bay Area, niggas celebrated heavy with Issachar.
Oh,
and shit,
niggas
too.
is
So
wearing.
they be fucking
This nigga's wearing Mexico jerseys right now
right.
with like Randy
Like
Arosanas.
Mexico soccer team,
Right.
You know what I mean? Fresh as fuck with like
Yeah.
some Air
Yeah.
Forces
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
with the
Trying to
the-
fuck
the
with
Cause you
Issachar
seen-
baby mamas and shit.
You
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
Randy Arosanas?
I was just about to say that.
That
Trying to
Jake
get-
dude,
trying
yeah.
to get them some
Trying to get them some
Issacharite panocha.
trying to find them a Heiner
Right.
They
baby.
want
Right.
they want some
'Cause
panocha agua
If you look at
from
Randy
with the
Rosarena
Iscaritis.
from Mexico, he's a straight up Judite, bro.
Panocha
You
agua.
looking, you looking, bro. He's a straight up Judite, but he speaks Spanish. His pops is from Mexico. I want to say his mother was a Judite woman, but he's a straight up. He claimed that Issachar.
Mhm.
Man, niggas was buying his jersey when the World Baseball Classic was going on. Niggas was copping them jerseys just for Cinco de Mayo, so they could show up at the front with the baseball Randy Rosarena with the cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Cutting up with the Northern Kingdom, two-stepping and drinking like them two niggas on the Texas videos and shit. You know what I'm talking about? When you lick with your best friend, them niggas be going crazy
Yeah,
to the Mexican music.
yeah.
That's what Jake be doing.
Mhm.
They just be like, hell yeah, let's drink some tequila.
So this says on the Wikipedia article for Cinco de Mayo, it says observed by Mexicans, Mexican Americans, and people of non-Mexican heritage. All right, it says Cinco de Mayo.
The non-Mexican
All right,
Mexicans.
Spanish for the 5th of May, is a yearly celebration held on May 5th to celebrate Mexico's victory over the Second French Empire at the Battle of Puebla in 1862, led by General Ignacio Zaragoza. Zaragoza died months after the battle from an illness, and a larger French force ultimately defeated the Mexican army at the Second Battle of Puebla and occupied Mexico City.
And you notice how Esau, Edom, they take turns when they can't handle Jake?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because the Spaniards really fucking settled them Issacharites and made them what they are today.
Yep.
But you notice it was the French.
French, right.
And just like with the Haitians.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Or even the Jamaicans.
Yep.
Like, oh, we can't handle them. The Brits couldn't handle y'all.
Yep,
So they, hey, now we got to send in the Americans.
Yeah, you know. And it's funny how they celebrating a win, but y'all lost right after.
Yeah. Right.
The French won the second battle, even though y'all got because they played.
Like the Haitian Revolution.
Yeah, they like
came back and said,
yeah.
they ain't been fucked since.
It says, however, following the end of the American Civil War in 1865, the United States began lending money and guns to the Mexican liberals. Now, who's the ones that lend money? Amalek, specifically the Red Shields.
Who have been
okay,
on both sides of almost every conflict.
Exactly.
Since like the 1400s.
So look, they was feeding the French money, and then they was feeding the Mexican liberals with money too, and was like, yeah, go and kill each other. Both of y'all gonna owe us in debt anyway.
Hey, don't that sound eerily similar to what's going on with all these conflicts we
The
got going on
protests right now at all your institutions, your fucking colleges and universities,
got
man.
Several major college universities.
Yeah.
Canceling their graduations. George Soros might as well come out with some tip brand. I'm saying. And just then they got people saying, they got people blaming that shit on Jake. Running around talking about, oh, it's BLM in them.
Yep.
They doing it.
Yep.
Like,
and Antifa.
What do we have to do with the most left-field person possible?
Yeah, crisis actors. We know how Esau give it up. Anytime the news is right in the middle of people clashing with police and shit, we know what time it is. But continuing on, it says, however, following the end of the American Civil War in 1865, the United States began lending money and guns to the Mexican liberals, pushing France and Mexican conservatives to the edge of defeat. At the opening, so look, it was a Mexican Civil War as well. So not only was they fighting the French, because it looks like the Mexican conservatives was on the side of the French, man. So Mexican liberals were fighting their own people that had a different ideology. So the United States was playing that divide and conquer shit.
Well, they had just lost a lot of land to the United States via the Louisiana Purchase. So it makes sense that the conservative over there partnered with the French. Like, we just lost a whole bunch of land. Why the fuck would we partner with the American?
Yeah.
They play the same game. This is why the apostles say we got to understand the history.
Yeah.
To understand
it's a mystery. That's right.
And didn't the French sell like 3 or 4 states that technically didn't even belong to them type of shit?
I would have to go into that.
I could be wrong.
Well, because I know America was split up into 3, right? And that's why it talks about the horn came up out of the 3 horns,
right,
which was Britain, which is the 13 colonies,
Britain,
France, which was the Louisiana Purchase, and Spain, which was the west coast of America. And it completely took out those, and it came out of Britain, which makes the 50 states of America now. Right. And the French was one of those 7 heads. Greece, which was the 7 rulerships of Esau: Greece, Rome, Germania Major, Germania Minor, Spain, France, and then Britain. Right. You know. But to continue on, it says, at the opening of the French chambers in January 1866, Napoleon III announced that he would withdraw French troops from Mexico. In reply to a French request for American neutrality, the American Secretary of State, William H. Seward, replied that French withdrawal from Mexico should be unconstitutional. This is the last paragraph. More popular in the United States than Mexico, Cinco de Mayo has become associated with the celebration of Mexican-American culture. Celebrations began in Columbia, California, So this is a Cali culture thing that's spread across the whole world, man. Just like you said, it's big out there in Cali.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
It says where
This
they
whole
have
city shutting down
Con.
shit like that today.
It says where they have been observed annually since 1862. The day gained nationwide popularity beyond those of Mexican American heritage in the 1980s due to advertising campaigns by beer, wine, and tequila companies. Today, Cinco de Mayo generates beer sales on par with the Super Bowl. Cinco de Mayo generates money on par with cervezas as the Super Bowl
So
does.
everybody drinking Modelo's and tequila shots.
People don't understand how much Hispanics alone it is in just like the Bay Area, California alone. Not to mention like LA and the valleys.
I mean,
Millions upon millions.
they everywhere. Bro.
And not all of them are on the census. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
this says 40 million. You know, Californians or or
Mhm.
Mexicans in California, right?
Mhm. Yep.
So you got to imagine if not all of them is trying to answer Esau's questions.
Right.
It's a lot of motherfuckers out there.
That's
man.
crazy.
And they all like to,
Yep.
Southern Kingdom do the same thing because I mean, when was the last time you remember your parents letting the census niggas in the crib?
Yeah, I
You know
never,
what I'm saying?
ever.
Like the Judah, most Israelites don't get down with that. So when they
Right.
give you that roundabout goofy number or whatever,
Yeah.
Yeah, we underinflated for sure.
Yeah.
you gotta think that
Which goes back to the precept I brought in Exodus 1, where they said that the Israelites have power and multiplied greatly in America, man. They know that these niggas is, you feel me, is taking this shit over, man.
Yeah, they got to probably add like 20%
Yeah.
per northern and southern.
They've been saying the
Tribes.
Southern Kingdom, Judah, the Black American has been at 13% population since slavery. Well, since the Reconstruction era, because during that era it went up, but right when the KKK came about, it went right back down to 13%, and it's been at that since the early 1900s.
Well,
man.
look how many babies Keisha kills.
That's what I was just gonna say. Like you got to look at why do you think those things came about? Where he started mandating it in certain states that these women couldn't kill their babies, which was the only way that they could protect their lineage,
the
so to
Edomite blood.
because if you just play the numbers, you can already look, man. The Esau's birth rates is
It's
down.
fucked.
You know what I'm saying? His own women is not staying with him or dealing with him. You got a lot of Edomite women that are popping out, Northern and Southern Kingdom babies
No, that's
on the
facts.
rag.
Yeah.
So they can list whatever they want to, but trust me, them lists is not correct.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
very spiritual.
Because they birthright, not their birthright, their birth rates are at the lowest it's ever been in like the history of keeping that type of shit.
Yep.
That's heavy that you brought up that's why they do the way with abortion and shit.
Con.
Right.
Not
Well,
'cause
they did.
They don't give a fuck about no nigga baby lives. It makes sense because
Nah.
they hurting for
It
their own
didn't-
blood.
It didn't matter when it was hundreds of thousands upon, thousands and thousands of little nigga babies getting killed. But
Yeah.
as soon as
It's
Katie and Catherine and Bethany started killing their babies and not having babies with these Edomites,
Oh yeah, it's the worst thing in the world.
it was the worst thing in the world. We
Yep.
got to reverse this
Yep.
trend.
Well,
Because when Edomites was having 3 to 5 babies,
Yeah.
they had more statistical likelihood
Yeah.
Right.
of one of them motherfuckers
Yeah.
going to join the military.
'cause you
That's
gotta-
how they look at it.
Because
man.
you got to think.
They know that you have to have like 2.3 kids in order for like your population to grow over time.
Right. So you
So that's why the American
on
dream was get buy a
It's hard
house,
at, like,
get
7.
2.5 kids, 2 dogs, a white picket fence,
right.
go on Disneyland once a year type
Right.
of shit.
Right.
Which,
It was
like,
pushing that.
if you look at the way that everything is now, like that's not even feasible for people. You could have 2 people who make 50K a year plus, and they together.
Oh,
They
yeah,
can
you
barely afford a house or car,
You're really gonna be in an apartment.
right? Let alone a child. So like that shit is more likely shattered. They put, and this ain't no knock. This is just the way the game is being played. They sent all these women into the workforce and encouraged them to worry about their careers
Yep.
instead of childbirth.
So they can get taxed.
So I know a couple women right now, they in prime birthing age. Like they really should be having 3, 4, 5 kids with somebody.
Yep.
Right.
And they suppressing their hormones, having horrible periods and things of that nature so that they could focus on
Yeah.
their career for the first 4
Right.
years.
And
of their
wondering
life.
why they got anxiety and
Right.
taking antidepressant pills.
Right.
And
Because you like you chemically
right,
unbalanced,
balance.
bitch.
Yeah, facts.
Like that's why you so goddamn depressed
Yeah.
and unhappy because your body is telling you it's time to do one thing,
Yep.
and you
Yep.
You taking all types of supplements and pills
to go against it.
yeah.
So look, that's the spirit of anti-Hamashiach.
Exactly.
The Hamashiach said in the script, what is that, Timothy or Titus, that the younger women shall bear children and stay at the home.
Right.
You going against that is going against the gospel, man. You see that?
But that's what he pushed. So our whole society is based off that type. And it's hilarious to me that it was never an issue until their numbers was way up there. That they was losing more children to that type of treatment than Jake was. Now they all, you know, if they can straight up pry the white bitch from your hands, you know, best believe it would probably be done. They'll come steal all their bitches back.
Well, look, they're hypergamous. Remember in what, 1 Thessalonians, 2:8, it says that the wicked shall be revealed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so for, you know, the Shedamite looked at her man as some type of hero,
Right.
but then at the internet and things that have been getting pushed out, they see, God damn, this nigga's really a devil.
Right.
And then they really realize too that they the devil too, because they've been riding with this devil with lies
Right.
for so long.
Right.
So now they turn into a sexual deviant because they like, shit, my life, you know, the white woman really is fucked up in the head and is willing to, you know, just get as much BBC as possible because she feel bad that she's literally been a, what do they call, a cohort, a consort to wickedness throughout the cohort to wickedness throughout the whole world, especially here in America, man. You know what I mean? So they're naturally in that hypergamous. They see the powers being shifted. They see, without knowing it, Ecclesiasticus 10:8, the kingdom shall be translated from one people to another. They see the kingdom is translating, that the white man is not fit to rule. They see that through feminism, mostly them anti-feminism TikToks is white women. They like, yo, I've been told a lie. I don't want to be in the workforce. I don't want to be a strong, independent woman.
Right.
I want to do whatever the man say. I want to keep his balls empty and his stomach full.
Right. Well, I mean, you said this.
I mean, that's how you keep it, nigga. I mean, you know, I'm just on the most basic level. Like, if you feel some type of way about a man, you do those two things, he gonna call you. He gonna call you back, cause he gonna remember, like, damn, you know, that bitch made enchiladas and fucked me good, type shit. Like, you gonna hit her again. Like, yo, what you on? Like,
Word up.
where you at?
Word up.
Whereas next to the chick who is giving you a hard time and popping off at the mouth, and why in the fuck would you want to call her back?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Just simple logic, really.
Oh yeah.
But I had two more, I guess, and, you know, whatever y'all brothers got, and we can roll out. But would you grab Lamentation 5 and 2 for me, bro? Talk about something.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 5 and verse 2. If I can, I'm gonna read at verse 1.
All right, go ahead, bro.
Verse 1 says, remember, Yahweh, what is come upon us. Consider and behold our reproach. Our inheritance is turned to strangers, our houses to aliens.
Right.
If I can get in the NLT,
Yeah, go ahead.
it says, Lord, remember what has happened to us. See how we have been disgraced. Our inheritance has been turned over to strangers, our homes to foreigners. And that proves that the land over there, what is that in Ezekiel 35, I think, as well, that they've coveted our lands, Israel and Judah, and said, basically, aha, we've, taken over the land. You see what I'm saying?
Even the high places.
Right, you know what I mean? So yeah, strangers and foreigners is in our lands. That's our land that's over there. When you hearing these, whether it be Amalek or these Ishmaelite Palestinian niggas talking about from the river to the sea, that's Israelite land, man. From the river of Egypt to the great river Euphrates, man.
And they don't fit none of them prophecies. As we get closer to the end game, it's starting to be revealed, man. Like, we're past the point of really needing to prove that we the Israelites. All right, that should already be a general known fact in Babylon at this point. All right, and really them higher ups of they know that already. But at this point, you got to prove to us that you're not the devil who the Bible speaks of, which you can't do. You can't do that. Like you said, that land belongs to Israel, man, to Israelites who are here being held captive in Babylon and in other places around the world. All right? It has nothing to do with Benjamin Netanyahu and his people. All right? As they commit atrocities across the world, I don't want to say too much because they just came out and put it in the law.
Yeah. So it shows you that we gonna be persecuted at any moment. Hey, Yahweh Shah coming back, man.
Right.
They did all of this protesting shit with they purposely made themselves the bad guy. You see what I'm saying? Remember, they the ones that control the media.
Right.
Why would they allow people to constantly say that they this and they that? Because it's all Hegelian dialectic, problem, reaction, solution, man. They already have the solution ready, so they created the problem, which was them. The 1948ers is just so much bad people. Now you got millions of niggas, which is it's the truth, but they're being led by this media to go and protest at Columbia University, at MIT, at Harvard and shit. Not knowing that they're now is saying if you say something bad about, they can cancel your scholarship, they can send your ass home. And then now they just passed a bill with it very vague, an unrighteous decree, Isaiah chapter 10, on you want to say anything anti-Shem, your ass is done, man.
Right. That's funny because I said the same thing like a week or so ago.
Con, you did at the camp, man.
They could just fucking, take these kids out if they wanted to, but it's a deeper thing, right? And we know it's probably source funded anyway.
Yep.
Right? It's probably in Lamentations 4:8 it says that we're not known in the streets either, and that's just roughly paraphrasing. And that's the case, man. Who is running around in the world screaming and hollering that they are these people?
Yep.
Right? Now you got Ukraine saying it, which, we'll move past that. We don't care about that. But like you mentioned, man, it's crazy because the curses don't apply to them. Well, all right.
Going back to what I said earlier.
Right.
Where's the poverty?
As soon as you niggas needed some fucking help, you had a global fucking surge of funding and aid and weaponry. Jake, right now in Haiti, is in a fucking humanitarian crisis identical to the one in fucking Ukraine. You see what I'm saying? Just not a foreign invader with zero help. Nobody fucking helped.
Right. And to go back,
they're Israelites.
To go back to Jake, they gave the Native Americans land. First of all, they didn't want to do it, and then they gave
Edomites took it anyway.
Yeah, and the Edomites is the one that took it, really? got the money. Yep. The real Gadites, they got the barren land. And if they could send them somewhere, they would have. You see what I'm saying? This is why there was a point in time they were trying to send all the back to Africa, man. You see what I'm saying? If they could have sent the fucking Gadites to a fucking Antarctica, they would, man. Correct. You see what I'm saying? Just like they trying to deport you fucking Latin tribes. So, these niggas got reparation. That's not a fucking reparation, nigga. Some land that you can't even grow a fucking a potato in. You can't even grow some cilantro or aloe vera, not even a fucking red pepper in that land, nigga. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Be like, y'all getting money, like, man, just go
they
to
getting
a
money, but
most of their, they got a cartel
and then it's
drug smuggle. Like,
yeah,
come on,
it's lawlessness because you could rape a woman, a young woman. You could kill a nigga, hide him. They no investigation. They got like one sheriff, maybe that's supposed to take care of like 500 acres of land or some shit like that. 2 police officers.
Two military fucking Edomites come on there and want to snatch a little Gadite girl.
That's why I be telling niggas, yeah, they're the number one missing people. North Dakota, South Dakota, Oklahoma, things of that nature. They completely, listen, there's so many of them in the prostitution rings. You thinking that they this and that when that they really gad, man.
Probably special ops practicing snatching grabs on them.
Maybe,
bro.
Damn, that's
all I'm saying is they snatch. See if you can get on the base. They do shit like that in North Carolina all the time. Motherfuckers going through the woods and you can't get caught by the fucking public and shit. And you got to go to this point, meet the cadre, and then you can be Delta Force and shit like that.
That's crazy, yeah.
It gets deep.
It gets deep.
Then you go and so with that being said, then you look at what's going on with all the colleges and the protesting and things of that nature, and these people still have the goal to victimize themselves in the mainstream media, man. All right, knowing that whether you ain't gonna say too much, but whether it's war crimes, atrocities,
Right.
Straight up execution style murders, or just people talking shit, right?
They can't even.
Just people. Yeah, you guys aren't those folks. You see what I'm saying? So now they done wrote it into law that you can't victimize these people, man.
You can't even talk shit.
I got
to
a
them
quick
now.
precept if
Literally.
I can.
Which also should let you know, Salak, who really owns these medias, man. Because they won't talk about
It's mainstream now though.
Right.
After Kanye and little niggas now know, you ask a little nigga, yo, who run the media?
Right.
They'll tell you specifically, yo, yeah, it's the JOOs.
Right. Because they want
Real talk, little
right.
niggas know.
They want to
Little niggas know.
while they're keeping you distracted with Jake and Kendrick, because how are we to blame for your bullshit? How are we to blame for the failure of the economy, for the failure of American life, for the failure of this system? How are we to blame?
Quick precept,
Go ahead.
Elder. Because basically you said how they made them the victim, right?
Right.
This is 2 Corinthians 11:14. It says, and no marvel. So remember, the marvel is the wonder. You shouldn't be wondering how this has happened. It says, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. So that's victimizing himself, like as if
those devils are gonna be the victim.
Victim, yeah,
Because victimhood is virtuous in Babylon.
exactly,
Just a Lamech.
yeah. So this is not. This is not. When you look up that word Satan in the Greek, it's satanos, which means adversary. So the adversary of the Lord, which is the nation of Esau, Edom, the wicked that the devil that the Bible speaks of, transformed himself to light is representative of wisdom. Angel means messenger. Okay, angelos, if I'm in the Greek, if I'm not mistaken. So a messenger of wisdom. So basically, what I'm telling you is the true knowledge and the path that you're supposed to be going down.
A message of wisdom.
Yeah,
To make it more,
make it more right.
In our
Yeah.
time,
So telling niggas like they're the ones that's helping niggas, we're the victims. They're the one that's coming at us when we're not doing nothing wrong. Your devil, yo, it's crazy, bro.
Well, look,
And people believe this
so far,
shit.
The Asians and the small hatters got a hate crime bill, but they were the same motherfuckers that told us all lives matter. So how is it not just a regular American hate crime bill out there for every because
And that's
televised.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or they want to block. Like, okay, for example, you go into any government-funded building, and they got like the free Wi-Fi, and you go ahead and try to log into RT. Go ahead and try to log into them alternative news media outlets.
Yeah.
They blocking them shit.
Yeah.
You can't
You
go
can't
into
even
any government
you can't even download RT now.
Nah. You can't go into no government-funded building and start trying to search up or pull up alternative media to look at anything. But if you want to pop in CNN, they'll let you look at that.
This is Germany in the 1940s all over again, man.
Right.
This is the Soviet Union. You see what I'm saying?
It's
it. It's a wrap.
They pumping
You know?
propaganda. Like
So the Constitution is pretty much finished. Now the only thing that they have to do is get rid of the Bible and those that push that true doctrine of the Bible. So the persecution on the prophets is coming because we're the only ones that has the Bible. If you want to make, because everybody has a Bible, but who is really pushing it in truth and sincerity?
Right. Well, Esau has accomplished a diligent search because he got everybody questioning reality. See what I'm saying? With the motherfuckers don't know community. Yeah, they don't know if you're man or woman now. We don't know is so-called Jesus black or white.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So Esau's got everybody right where he needs them. With their heads upside down. So this is the perfect, to segue. It's the perfect time for them to go ahead and push that MOTV.
TV.
Right. And like you mentioned, which we didn't really bring out, but we can mention it now before we get out of here. That coming. What's the acronym for the digital currency?
The CBDC.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the 98%. According to Santa Claus, of the WEF, said that 98% of all, not regular, minor, small banks, central banks.
Yeah.
All right. So when we say the international banking families, we're talking about the central bankers.
Last week, last week, man, Reno was like talking about certain ones. He was like, U.S. Bank,
Yeah, Federal Reserve.
And a couple other of the major banks in Babylon. He was like, they already with it.
Yeah.
They just had to get, the other
Yeah.
more major but smaller banks to get with it.
Probably J.P. Morgan, Chase.
They up to 98%.
Yeah.
They already got a coin backed by the dollar right now.
Right.
Yep.
So trade it right now.
Yeah.
I mean, they said they had given it out already to several members of the government, so to speak. So they already willing and dealing in this currency.
Mm-hmm.
What makes you think that it's not up next?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it has to, bro. Like, through the spirit, and I speak as a man, because of the area. Remember, every time we old enough, we've been through presidential election cycles. Anytime you're on the TV, it was always campaigns and this and that and ads. And you don't see none of that. They know what's to come. They know that this thing is over with. The trust in this in the election and the sincerity was died last election or the second one behind that.
Well, to build the world work, they always play C-SPAN, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they know just by looking at viewership, Americans don't care about no campaign because you motherfuckers don't watch the Senate hearings on C-SPAN.
Uh-huh.
One or two.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? You don't know what bills is getting passed,
Yep.
man. So you damn sure don't fucking care what they gonna talk about at a fucking speech when it's Monday Night Football or the NFL draft is on,
Right.
or you just seen fucking Drake's reply
to Kendrick.
Drake family matters.
They don't,
Right.
to land back your point, brother,
Yeah.
they don't need to campaign no more, man. And that's a sign of the time. You should
Yep.
know where we're at based off of that.
Yep.
Because our parents, they had to campaign to our parents and our grandparents.
Yep.
They had to sell them better lives.
Yep.
Now it's just,
Yeah.
motherfucker, we coming with who we coming with, nigga.
Yeah.
We don't even.
Yeah, they know this place
They
is
on some
through.
good shit now.
Yeah. So what? So look, notice how you said, they made every man, woman. You don't know what it is. This and that and the third. Remember, second Ezra, it says, "Victuals shall be so good, cheap upon the earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and then shall evils grow upon the earth. Sword, pestilence, roughly paraphrasing, and great confusion." So the perfect time to hit you with that crisis is when confusion is increased, and it shows you this is the city of confusion because it's Babylon. Babylon is Babal in the Hebrew, which means confusion, man. This place is nothing but darkness, because darkness is symbolic for confusion as well, man.
It's like the fighting analogies our elders use with the apostles, Like, you fighting a good wrestler, how you gonna get him to the ground? You gonna have to confuse that nigga. You gonna have to throw some combinations, some leg kicks in there, maybe some body, maybe body kick, maybe a body jab or something, and then shoot for that takedown when the nigga's tired or off balance.
Yep.
You can't, you know what I mean?
Yep.
The people are gonna be more willing to forbear.
Look what you just said.
If they're, if they're healthy, you ain't stuck up one time. You feel me? Like,
you're able to submit him, if we're gonna use, fighting terms, right? Now look, you said when he's tired. Didn't the scripture say that he shall wear out the saints? So we coming into a point where this hyperinflation and the way we're living is we're getting worn out, and it's easier for them to submit us, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna get fully fucking submitted, man, by Esau Edom, man.
Right.
And not us, Lord willing, but the 2/3 wicked Jake out here in America, man. Y'all gonna submit easy.
Yeah.
We don't have to,
Especially Keisha, you niggas following after Keisha or Maria, because they gonna pack it up before quick. Baby, we got 6 kids. How the fuck we supposed to eat? Or this or that, or this or that. And a lot of niggas is gonna roll right up to them government housing buildings or wherever they're gonna be having this nonsense take place. Local Walmarts, Walgreens, whatever, and doing what they need to do to feed their family, man.
Right.
So that time is coming soon, man. Summer about to be hot.
Oh yeah.
It's about to be hot.
Oh yeah. This might be
The hottest summer.
what's the name? I forgot who the fuck said it, man. Fuck. But the nigga was like, yo, we never gonna return to normal. I mean, there's always that new normal. Before 2001, there was a different type of normal. After 2001, it was the new normal, which was TSA, the Homeland Security, the Patriot Act, right? 2008.
Get your 9mm in your bag before 2001.
Right,
Fly all the way to fucking
The other side
You
of the
said
country,
country,
with
yeah.
a whole pistol in your
Yeah,
bag.
you know,
Pop a nigga and
Right.
go back home.
2008.
Hey, the mafia.
Yeah, same shit.
You can't do that
2019
shit
was
now.
the last. So after that, because of the pandemic, you see what I'm saying, the new normal. So what they saying is that another new normal is coming, but it's going to be not even normal. It's going to be fucked up because, Lord willing, we don't. But if we do, and 2025 come, 2025 might be a level of, because of the uncertainty when it comes to the sedition, the insurrection, the civil war, because somebody is going to rise up because they don't want. You know how many Edomites complain about sleepy, creepy Jim Crow Snow Joe?
Oh, so
And you know how many of the other ones just fucking hate eagle-faced Nero Trump with their guts? These liberal Democrats, man, they're gonna go bad shit. Either way, it's over with.
Yeah.
I don't see any type of. I see violence. You know what I mean? Hot summer, hot November election, and who knows in between the period if they allow this election to go through before the inauguration and shit like that. You know what I mean? This shit is over with, bro. It's done. But if y'all got any closing
we
remarks,
can shut it down, brother. It's just rambling at this point. But Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. You know what I mean? With that being said, first and foremost, we'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Wadash.
All right, we want to give double honors to the elders of GMS, who are the true leaders of Israel, whether you can accept that or not. I'd also like to extend a sincere shalom to all the Akim who out there pushing this word to the four corners and four winds of the earth, as well as the Aqua who out there listening and learning in subjection and silence. And also, we'd like to extend a shalom to the brothers who the respective bird prophecy applies to. Shalom.
Shalom.
Barakabah.
Abba Babo.